Good evening. Women, children, men, people of all ages. This is Jimmy Walnuts. How you doing? I've been kind of laying low past week. I lost my voice. It's a habit of mine at these events. I usually lose my voice by the end of them. It's a very interesting weekend, to say the least. I want to start by rewinding a little bit. I want to tell you people why I'm doing this again. I started arm wrestling about 1.5 years ago. And I fell in love with it just like the rest of you people. And somewhere along the line, I picked up a microphone. I went live. Picked up a camera. I started recording. That's fairly immediately after that, my love and passion for this thing changed. And it went from me loving the sport itself to loving the people in it more, if that makes sense. Grew up watching Rocky, connected with that thing, I like to say, that thing that pumps blood through your veins, that thing that makes you get out of bed in the morning. Found it in the sport. Found it not through one character, but a lot of people. Thought I knew what teamwork was about, playing football and baseball my whole life. But all that pales in comparison to what I've seen in this sport. When I started to get a voice, I wanted to grow this thing as big as I could. I was in a lot of people's inboxes talking about the services I could offer them. Some responded, some didn't. That's not important. What's important is I saw something untapped, a lot of untapped potential in the sport. Look, I may not know all the names and all the guys and all the moves and all that. I can't give you an educational hour on pronation and stuff like that. It's not why I'm here. I'm here because of you, the people. I found a way to catch special moments on film. I found a way to portray the wars in the ring on a live feed, make it entertaining. I've gone behind the curtain and I've talked with some of the big name guys about the stories. Oh, the stories. Good and bad and ugly. But that's not important. I'm not here to talk about that. Just know that some of the people you look up to in this thing aren't so great people. Some of the people you don't know are some of the greatest human beings on this planet, and everything in between. But when I first started getting into sport and getting a voice, I wanted to grow it as big as I could. I wanted the whole world to see. I preached about being called a bridge between the fans and the arm wrestlers, growing it in numbers. I ran into a guy named Joe Drellick, MBK, who told me to fuck myself. When it comes to that, thank you, Joey. Joey's my brother. He says, arm wrestling's fine just the way it is, with the people that love it and the people that protect it. Why do you want to open the floodgates and let a bunch of people in who don't give a shit? That's no bueno. I mean, he's for the growth of the sport, but the right way, through the love and the passion, and not the fucking views and shenanigans. So now I'm in a paradox of growing the sport quality versus quantity. It's a real paradox. Went through for a few months. But I think I've been brought in this sport to bring balance. Some of you may not understand what I'm saying. It's not important right now. There's the fun shit. There's all the sideshows. And there's serious gladiator type arm wrestling. And everything in between. And I'm not here to tell you what's the right way or the wrong way. I'm just going to tell you what I see with my special pair of eyes. The sport's being ripped apart. It's being grown and ripped apart at the same time. There's nothing we can do about it. There's a lot of new arm wrestlers in the sport that are drinking the Kool-Aid. I'll get back to that in a minute. I want to talk about Waxahachie for a little bit. My experience. So I get there on Friday. Who picks me up at the airport? Barry fucking Bourne. Barry Bourne. What a firecracker. Ever since the beginning, me and Barry Bourne have formed a unique friendship. Very unique. When I interviewed him the first time, I wanted to show him how ridiculous he looked. So I put on a couple of characters. And instead of trying to poke fun at it, I actually had fun with him. See, part of what I do is to try to get you people not to judge a book by its cover. Because there's a lot more substance to some of these people than you think. And some people that you think are decent people are really pieces of shit. So Barry Bourne picks me up at the airport. We get a room. Everything's chill. Friday night, we get lined out. We meet everybody at PR's, Fort Worth. That place is tremendous. One of the best bars I've ever been in. Easy. The hospitality down there, second to none. Texas, I'll give them that for sure. Everyone's real welcoming. I've been to Texas twice, and both experiences were great. So Friday night, Gary Roberts shows up a little bit later, like 10:30. I know Gary Roberts from the internet, but it's the first time I've seen him in person. And dude's weird. Dude's strange. He came in hot. He was digging in his suitcase for his gloves. It took about 2 minutes. And then he's the only one in there with a mask, mind you. I couldn't even hear what he was saying, but it was very uncomfortable to watch. A lot of people in there were feeling the same way. As Gary was saying, he thought people were feeling it. Everyone in that place was like, so you dropped the ball on that one, Gary, including Travis, was like, what the fuck? Gary, you got to read your audience better. So Friday night ended pretty decent. Saturday. Actually, Friday night's when I lost my phone, wasn't it? Honey, Friday night I lost my phone. I believe I lost my phone on Friday night. Yeah. No, I didn't. It was Saturday night because the event was Sunday. Saturday. Oh, Saturday. It's Saturday. What the hell happened on Saturday? Camera guy event, huh? That was a lot of fun. I knew I was going to get waxed. But let's talk about the scenery. That place was rocking. It wasn't that big, but the energy was real good in there. And even though the arm wrestling wasn't real great, other than Artem and Jody pretty much, it was still a good time. It's a good time. It was good to see Barry and Gary go at it. But Saturday night's where things got hairy. I lost my phone. That was the beginning. And then Sunday, I left my camera at my buddy Mike's house. So I showed up at the event with no camera and no phone. So that sucked balls. So I figured, how can I work this? I said, I'm going to watch Gary film. I want to watch Gary film. Let's see what he does when he films. So I sat and watched. First of all, I mean, hats off to Travis, Lance Hunt, Paul Italian, all them guys for getting Michael Todd and Luke Kent and Michelle Dugan and everyone there for the seminars. I didn't do the seminars, but I'm sure they were great because some of the best names in the sport were there. So that's not an easy task with stuff done behind the scenes to get them there. So hats off to Travis and Lance and all them for making it happen. But the venue itself was too big for the people that were there. So it was like, there wasn't many fans there or people other than the people that were there to watch the arm wrestlers. There was no music. It looked empty. And it was quiet as hell. You could hear a pin drop. It was very uncomfortable. Now, don't get me wrong. There was some great arm wrestlers there. There was some good arm wrestling going on. But you never know because you could hear a pin drop. So that's a thumbs down for me, the setting. They would have done much better at PRs in the back. Travis, if you hear this, next time you do one there, go to PRs and do it in the back. Put that banner in the back. Forget about it. That's easy money. That place would have been 10 times better than the convention center. I mean, I would have sucked with the seminars, but I mean, if you have a tournament, I would definitely think about that. But Gary's running around like crazy. The ROTN thing is interesting. I like it. I don't think it's going to change the sport, though. I don't think it's the future. I mean, it's something like, not like sit down, not quite like that, but it's a model. And Travis is going to try a lot of models, and he might find one that works, better than what's going on now. But, hats off to him for trying. But me and Barry Bourne had an interesting conversation outside before the event. Me and him crack jokes on each other. We bust each other's balls. But something was different in his eyes this time. And he wasn't playing. I says to him, all you do is talk shit. You never do nothing. You going to do something today or not? And he headbutt me. Pow, right in the head. And I was like, what the fuck? So I just went, pow, and I headbutt him back. And then he smacked me on the side of my face. I said, I ain't scared of you, big motherfucker. I said, it don't matter how big you are. Paulie got in between us. I walked away. Look, I ain't saying I could beat Barry Bourne's ass. He's probably got me by 150 pounds, and he's a psycho. What I'm saying is, if we would have fought, I would have grabbed the rock and probably hit him over the head with it. But I don't want to do that. He's my buddy. Like 30 minutes after that, we were fine. We squashed it. Barry has mental problems. I'm not going to get into what they are. It's not my business. You see different versions of him. You do the math. He's a good guy, but he's broken. And he's got some problems. I want to talk about two different things here. I started this thing off talking about growing the sport in different ways. And a lot of people are taking the money approach to this thing. And all the sideshows, all the bullshit for the views and the content, just to get something out there, to get the numbers, to get your money. There's a lot of veterans in the sport that are pissed off over that shit. They don't like the sideshow shit. You got guys like Evan Borgine who says, fuck it, do it all. And he's got a point. Nothing wrong with having fun in the thing and being serious. I'm not saying that. But I made a post last week about separating myself from the circus. Look, Travis Badgett is a hard guy not to like. I really like the dude. I don't agree with how he views the sport as a business, but I still like him just the same. You could disagree with somebody and still be their homie. He's one of the realest guys I ever met. And he's different off camera than he is on, so no matter what he does, he's my guy. But here's an example. Gary got all that footage on the weekend. And what was the first thing he posted? It was the Barry Bourne video. What's that tell you? That was the most important thing for him to get out. It wasn't the arm wrestling. I mean, I like Gary Roberts. Don't get me wrong, I ain't shitting on him. I'm just stating the obvious. I don't talk shit. I just tell the truth. Stephanie, how you doing? Jennifer, those eyes are big. No, but the guys I look at it as a business, they can grow it. You can grow it with money. I just think there's a ceiling. And a lot of the problems in this sport have to do with money and egos. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. All I'm saying is we can continue to do nothing about it, or someone's got to stand up and say, let's try something different. I've been building a network for about a year now, working on this very thing. I'm not really going to name the names because it's not important. But my reach is getting close to the point where I'm going to be able to help out and growing this thing through the passion of the sport instead of money, because he never needed the fucking money to grow it in the first place. Now, even though Travis got all them names there, it was a pretty decent event. I've been to a lot of these events now, different places. James Reed, CNY Arm Wrestling, they hold good events up where I'm at. But when I went to Minnesota and went to an MBK event, it was different, completely different. The connection Joey has with his, not only the pullers on his team, but the people that go to his events is different than anything else I've ever seen in the sport. It's like we talk about family, and arm wrestling's family. It is. It's a fucked up family, though. People fucking stab each other in the back. But that's part of life. But when people go to his events, it's different. It's almost hard to put into words. I got a little taste of it. And that's probably the purest feeling I've had as far as the sport that I've had so far. So I got bit by a big bug down there. I don't know. I'm not saying I won't go to some of these things, but I'm done with the Barry Bourne shit. till he shows me something. I don't know what Paul and Travis see in him, but I don't know if he's just an attraction or what. But till I see some results, I gotta cut that pie. Gotta get rid of that. I want to give a shout out to Lance Hunt. Thanks, man, for looking out for me on that room. Michael Allen too. He was the host. He let us spend a weekend at his house. Great hospitality. Looking forward to coming back. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying, I'm just bringing awareness to let you people know. Some of these people don't give a fuck about you. Some of these people don't care about the sport at all. And I've been told a few times this brotherhood thing is dark. It's not what you think it is. You're right. It's not all like that, but it ain't what I thought it was going to be. Not. It's got to be more to it than that. I don't want to take up too much time. I just want to get that out there. Anything I do going forward, it's got to have meaning. I ain't trying to look like no clam. I'm at a point now where I could be a little bit more choosy. I want to do something that lasts. I'm not part of the whack pack. Can't do it. Well, I can't do it alone. I'm just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. I need you big guys behind me. There's all these leagues, all this money, all these politics stopping us from finding out who the real king of the yard is. You can't do nothing about it. It's the money and all that. It's always about the money. I'm talking about Morocco. We have to create a league of our own where it's real. Instead of all this bubblegum shit that we've been seeing lately around the sport. Who knows, man? I'm taking a break. Summer's coming. Minnesota in July. Not sure too much before or after that. You'll notice the background's a little bit different. I had to move without getting personal. Let's just say it was time to move. Well, overall, the weekend was tremendous. Waxahachie. Met a lot of cool people. Chance Shaw, the TAL guys. The list, it'd take me 20 minutes to figure out a list. But I didn't have, other than me losing my phone, the weekend was tremendous. Barry Bourne's Barry Bourne, but he's all right. He's cool. Chucky, how you doing? Underground 2 will be coming up soon. Final location. Yeah, I think I've been on for 30 minutes. That's it. That's it. Be good or be good at it. This is your host, Jimmy Walnuts. This is the Church of Arm Wrestling. There's a figure. Shit ain't a game. I've known what I was doing since the beginning. I just need you guys to trust me. Look at the cameo. Nah, it's just, it runs behind on here. You just showed up back there. It's running a little bit behind. All right, that's it. I gotta get out of here. Oh, look at you.